have it. I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella.
Hey guys, welcome back. And tonight we're playing some more Starfield. Okay, alright, there we go. Didn't want to load in there for some reason. Let's see, does end do this? I don't know if this is actually doing anything or not. It's just being weird. Yeah, I think this is just being all whacked. Hello, Keeper.
Keeper Aquilus, can we have a moment?
Oh, Mateo. It's been too long. How are your parents? Your mother still struggling with that azalea garden?
No, she figured that out a while ago. Had to adjust the pH levels in the soil. But, Keeper, I didn't come to catch up.
Oh. Well, what's on both your minds?
Keeper, we were hoping to talk to you about unity.
You want to subject your friend here to one of our talks, Mateo? The future of humanity is always a long discussion.
No, that's not exactly what I meant. Keeper, when you talk about unity, well, does it mean anything else? Something secret?
Perhaps you should talk about this inside.
Ah, yes. They build a monument to the people they lost, but not the people they killed.
Hey, don't sound so condescending. It was your people who started it. They went on a crusade to try to kill everybody who didn't believe in them. Of course they would make a monument to the people who they lost. Why would... Like, we don't blame the Japanese for any sort of monument that they have for people who died during the atomic bomb droppings in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And just like other countries shouldn't blame us for any monument we put up for Pearl Harbor. Jeez, Andresia. Sometimes you're difficult.
Oh, now that we have a little privacy, why don't you tell me exactly what it is that brought you two here?
I'm Space Jesus. Yeah, we found a series of temples that turned me into Space Jesus.
Seriously, Keeper, they bathe whoever reaches the center in a light, and then, well, the normal laws of the universe go completely haywire.
So you're saying you found a place of contemplation? And you received a gift? There have always been mysteries that seem to defy our understanding of the universe, beyond rational thought. We enter life as an act of someone else's faith in us. There's no way of knowing who we will become, and yet the risk is made anyway. So you've pushed into the unknown, not knowing where it would take you. And it's brought you here. I think I can. If you're willing to find your way in the dark for a bit longer, I can give you a path of discovering its meaning. There's an old story, far older than the Sanctum Universum, of someone who walked the settled systems and saw every corner of it. This pilgrim claimed he found the true meaning of unity. I always thought of it as just a parable for trying to bring humanity together, but maybe it's more.
Yeah, maybe he was a
I'm
Starborn.
not sure if he was. But if what you're looking for is connected, then anything might be possible.
Yep, let's hear the story.
In my story, the pilgrim met the founders of the House of Enlightenment and the enigmatic cult of the Varun. And he gave them each a part of the truth. Then he goes to his final resting place to live out the rest of his days in contemplation of infinitum addendum, his addition or contribution to the infinite. But what if the story isn't a metaphor, but a code? A way of finding the pilgrim again, or at least his grave. I agree. I think you need to talk to them about this unity pilgrim. And clearly, not just in a theological sense, as I have. The enlightened work out of the well here in New Atlantis, helping the poorest citizens find a better life for themselves. The rune worshippers are more enigmatic, but there is a lone zealot that was captured recently for attacking UC ships. I visited her a couple of times. Hopefully, she'll be willing to talk to you as well.
I'll stay here with the Keeper. We need to catch up. And I wouldn't mind asking him a few more questions.
Why can't I just ask Andreja? It's like, hey girl, can you tell me about your religion? Like, hey.
There is no one I would rather see right now. I am so grateful for you.
I really wish, because they add a whole bunch of options to flirt. And you can, it's not like you can do it every single, like, time. It only pops up every once in a while. But the problem with it is, like, her response is always the same. Yeah, I've been noticing that with a lot of these RPG games that allow you to, like, romance a companion. Is basically, once you have romanced them, you're done. Oh, the FPS is so bad here. I can't go through that. Woo! Maroon prisoner, we're gonna go down to the well. See my little tiny house that I bought for no reason.
We run a number of social programs, from financial aid to food banks. If it's about the financial or food assistance programs, we are backlogged. Don't worry, we're doing everything we can. Oh, you're not? Sorry. Can I help you?
I mean, yeah, I got more than enough money.
We understand that you are busy, but this might be important. Anything you could tell us would be helpful.
Listen, I've talked about this with him a ton of times, and there's no record of a Unity pilgrim. But since you both insist, our early records are mostly administrative. Humanitarian projects, group counseling notes, charity expenditures. But there is a series of exchanges the founding members recorded in a lot of detail. It's the closest thing I have to what Aquilus is describing.
Let's hear it. It's weird that the beginnings of your religion is all administrative. That seems kind of strange. Let's
A
just hear
man walks into the first house of enlightenment. The founding members just call him the Drifter. So they think he's a charity case at first, but no, the Drifter asks them a bunch of questions. If your philosophy is built on an individual's own morality, what about the second person? That second person might disagree. Isn't the problem of two what you're really looking for? And the founders respond, each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up. All of human effort is a story of cooperation pushing us forward. And it kind of goes on like that. He comes back every week for a year. Same conversation every time. Second person this, the problem of two that.
I'll say the number 2 with a fiery passion.
That's what you got out of that, huh? Honestly, I think the founding members made it all up. There was a little more hesitation being openly atheist in the early days. I think they were experimenting with writing their own scripture.
Oh, okay.
Fortunately, that got abandoned pretty quick. After the records of the Drifter end, you never see anything like it again. Besides what the Keeper would say about it, sounds like a gathering point, or a center. Or in mathematics, it would mean one, like the one, the first at the beginning.
Yep.
Always happy to help. If you'll excuse me, I've got a lot of aid efforts to coordinate.
Okay, so that makes more sense.
But if I buy enough of our merchandise, shouldn't it be a promotion?
Seems like the Crimson Fleet is everywhere these days.
I'm going to the spaceport. Where do I need to go now? Yeah, if they could change, sort of update how the quest tracking system works, I think that'd be great. So we're gonna go to L. The lodge? I need to talk with Sam. Which is weird, he should be on my ship, right? I thought I signed him to my ship. Where do I need to go?
All my life,
Okay, so it's bringing... No, I'm so confused. Where the hell am I going? So it brought me to here, but now it's bringing me to the spaceport, which I was already at the spaceport. Where the fuck is this guy? That's annoying. Oh, that was grody looking.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Sounds like he's got more work.
Oh. Where do I need to go? Here?
A visitor? I have all the company I need.
That's the single loneliest statement I've ever heard.
Jokes. You come to hear about Varun. Like the guards. Like the Keeper.
You must understand. The Great Serpent is with House Varun, always. Thus one can never be lonely.
The Great Serpent waits in the shadows. He will entwine the universe, and all but the faithful will be made as dust. That is the truth. No more, no less.
Keep your ignorant opinions to yourself. Now is not the time.
It is not an answer, for there is no question. The Great Serpent will come. All concerns are meaningless in the face of the oblivion he will assuredly bring. You wish to speak of the Keeper's Pilgrim, do you not? I will tell you of him, and then you will leave. Jinan Varun meets the unbeliever. He gives false prophecy to Jinan. But such is Jinan's conviction in the Great Serpent, he does not hesitate. He cuts the unbeliever down. But the unbeliever returns. Jinan realizes the Great Serpent is testing him, and he will not be found wanting. 4 times they fight. Over 120 rotations of the planet they are on. Remember these 4 battles, Jinan, the unbeliever says. Remember these 120 rotations. But Jinan knows this is blasphemy, and delivers the killing blow. That is all. I have heard of no such thing. If it exists, it is a shadow that the Great Serpent casts to deceive the faithless.
Yep.
Then we are done.
You're in the Vanguard, right? Hey, thanks for your service.
The stapler.
I went to chef school. This ain't exactly where I saw myself.
Alright, now where do I need to go?
New Atlantis puts on a wonderful show of security, does it not?
Yeah, I mean it does. Oh, I can't do it in the air. Is that a hat or is that hair? Okay, that's a hat. I was like, what is...
I do find that statue pleasing. I wonder if it matches the original vision of the artist, or if they changed the design as they worked on it.
The way I understand it, those things, they generally... Talk with Barrett. Oh, that's not where I want to go. That's not what I want to do either. I mean, I might as well just go here, because...
We're hiring if you're interested. Ask in the...
Commercial district? I mean, I already joined the Vanguard, so... I don't think...
Can I help you with something, my friend? So much to see, so much to learn. Me, I now live to collect artifacts from Earth. You see, people laugh at me when they see I collect old Earth spoons. Ah, for a collector, I've been charmed.
I can't sell you shit? Okay. Yeah, I always forget she's very touchy about her religion.
Well, you're back. What did you learn? Was there something hidden in their stories, like we thought? Yes. What he added to infinity. Maybe that points to a name. If we're looking for his resting place, we'd need to know the name of the star system, wouldn't we? What else did you learn? Planets are often named by number. That second might mean the second planet in the system. Was there anything else? If there really is a location the Pilgrim wanted us to find, those do sound awfully like coordinates. Let's see. We have something that could be coordinates. Something that could point to a planet in the system. But what's the name of the system? Infinitum addendum. What if we break down the parts? No systems named finite or add. That just leaves in and dumb. Well, that's certainly how I feel. Well, I suppose that'll make someone. Yes, that's it. The second planet in Indum, at 4 and 120. That's where you'll find the Pilgrim's resting place. And from there, maybe you'll find the true meaning.
It seems a little weird.
Unity. Before you go, you've now spoken to many different perspectives in our universe. In a way, you'll be carrying their philosophies with you on this journey. I know you're looking for a specific unity, but if you had to guess what it was, what interpretation would you give it?
It's just word.
And once you know, what will you do? Even the most objective scientist holds the belief that observation itself will be of benefit to humanity. You will be taking a similar part of yourself with you when you find the answer. Will that not color your perception of it?
I was talking about the unknown supposed to help.
So you intend to find the truth, and then have that truth confirmed by your peers. Unity is a reality born of observation.
That's not where I wanted to take it, but okay.
If it exists, it can be proven. If not now, then in time.
Well,
Why don't you apply that to your own
I won't
serpent
keep you any
thing?
longer. This has been fun, I have to admit. Go, find your truth.
All right. I'm gonna go to M. I won't just do it this way. L. R. Really? I thought it was gonna be out somewhere hidden or something like that, but nope.
generous, you could help us out. Or we can just dust your ship. If that's how you want to play it.
Yes!
Like, really? Did you really think that was gonna work out well for you?
It's clear. Initiate battle sequence.
got crew. I got currently assigned 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't assign another person, right?
Oh, pardon me. Was that your stomach or mine?
Oh. I'm not well rested, but well, whatever. I don't care.
How can I be of
Actually,
service, Captain?
I don't.
I don't know about you, but a fella could do a lot worse than constant relation.
I feared the Great Serpent himself may have needed to avert his eyes at some of what went on last night.
Ooh, you kinky, Sam.
I must confess, the hum of a grab drive.
That's fucking creepy as shit. What the fuck are you doing?
Ahoy, Captain!
That's creepy as shit.
Need to harvest any organic materials. Now would be the time.
Hello, Captain.
Ow. Mundane humans never ceases to amaze me. My worst instincts, the evil spirit, draws me towards a form of contempt for them, but I remember that I am privy to that which they are not. I cannot and should not judge them for a lack of vision when I know very well the blinders which obscure their sight. I once wore them myself, after all. I hope for their sake that they may someday understand, but for my sake I wish to be left alone. Find myself thinking about his various pasts and my possible futures. I imagine continuing on the road, acquiring more power, more knowledge, more development of myself. I imagine passing through once more to another world to begin the process anew. What is notable here, that road does seem gratifying. Every step is one of intrinsic reward, and I feel myself anticipating the pleasure and seeing a more contented version of myself in that future. Then, for the sake of considering all possibilities, I imagine if I took a different path, if I stopped running, stopped seeking to gather my own power, if I instead embraced the twinges of compassion I feel in my heart, and let myself care for the people who seem to gather about me whenever I try to work. If I simply lived and taught and perhaps brought others to the light and died. That road also seems gratifying. I also see a contented version of myself in that future. Here's the difference, though. When I stop thinking about the glories I could achieve for myself, the pleasures fade nearly immediately. When I stop thinking about staying and building something, the feeling endures. There is something more sustaining about it, more fulfilling. I don't know what the difference signifies, but I'm grateful for the time I've taken to notice it. I would not want to eat that. I know this is, like, really far in the future, but I'm pretty sure they haven't perfected perpetual storage. You came seeking the right answers. You will know what questions to ask. If you had read my writings, what is the burden of people? Am I missing? I'm missing something. I'm missing a book. There's got to be another one, right? I read them. Is there not more? I'm pretty sure there's adaptive frame. I want that, though. I must be missing something. There we go. At last, a bit of peace. A piece of peace. Is that anything? Is that funny? Why am I trying to be funny? Have they driven me mad at last? Is there a difference between writing to myself and talking to myself? The former clearly seems more acceptable than the latter. I recall again that my mind is my own, and that even if only it exists, that is sufficient for me to believe in everything else. The unity has restored me once more. This time I act alone for now. Myself is a formidable opponent. I should have expected as much, but vanity is, thankfully, not among my vices. Regardless, it turns out time spent in solitude is, in my case, time with a very sick man, or whatever it is I have become. I don't like this person. Today, in a soft voice, my assistant asked me if there was anything above the unity. It was all I could do to keep from shouting that I could scarcely comprehend the misunderstanding that would lead to such a question. It was asked honestly, and I answered as best I could, but even my closest confidant here can fail to grasp the most basic of these truths. Why am I bothering to explain any of it to any of them? Every word that drops from my mouth gets gobbled up, misheard, misremembered, misunderstood, and mistranslated before I can issue the slightest clarification. People are necessary, but people are madness. That's what I thought he was going to say. I attempt to withdraw, to go off alone, to commune with unity in my own way. They follow. Of course they followed. No, there's another one? So here is the crux of my troubles. To accomplish anything, I need to work with other people. I need assistance. I need workers. I need hands. As we work together, they inevitably ask questions, and I can never help talking. It starts innocently enough. They want to understand how someone who believes in science can also believe in the divine, or they have their own misunderstandings instilled by some borderline religious remnant. My weakness is my inability to let alone. I want them to understand, so I try, gently as I might, to nudge their minds along the right path. Then there are follow-ups and followings. The trouble is that I genuinely care for these people. It would be so much easier if I didn't. I wonder if every time you go through the Unity, you lose, like, a part of yourself. Because he seemed to start out sort of very idealistic, and, like, willing to help, and then slowly got, like, worse and worse and worse until basically, like, I think by the third or fourth one, he's like, yeah, I'm going to go off on my own and be alone and fuck everybody else. And then he's like, I kind of hate who I've been. Oh. Oh, I did choose it right. Those look like cred sticks. Like, you might actually be able to read these. Like, it looks like it's actual words. It's, like, I can read some of it. It's just, it's a little bit too iffy. That's kind of a setup. Corrosive liquid. I don't know what the correct answer is. I might never. Increasingly, though, I am comfortable with not knowing. The more I reflect on being here, in this world, in this time, the more I think it is precisely where I need to be. This time will be different. It won't be about me, so I won't have to run. I can actually build something with intent instead of scrambling to fix something that others create in my name. It can be something beneficial. It can be something It can be something beneficial. It can be something beneficial. I'm leaving behind that other person. This world has no place for him. Let him die. Let me live to enlighten the blessed universe before me. You have found the end of my journey, but to know everything, you must find its beginning. On Hyla 2, the island hides the scorpion, and the scorpion sting hides the truth. Let's just...
There are worse ways to begin a day than here with you.
Alright, so we're gonna go L. That was a lot of reading. It's weird. It's like sometimes you can fast travel to places without going through your ship.
Carbons in abundance. Let us see how they have arranged themselves. That statue. Clearly some connection to the creatures in the area. What could it mean?
Oh, crap, that's not what I meant to do.
Hope wherever you store that the smell will not be an issue.
Let's quick save here real quick. And what are you? Hmm? All right, I see that. Oh, I need a... Okay. Is it here? No, it's here.
It can't be. You found me. I knew I made the right choice in letting you go.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Oh, please. Did you think I couldn't have found you again? Extinguished that little spark of competition for the artifacts before it grew stronger. I wanted to see what you would do. And I haven't been disappointed. You did. Now it's all starting to make sense. You should come aboard. There's another Starborn here who is very interested in meeting you.
I can speak for myself. Constellation ship, you weren't invited to this meeting, but much of our conversation has been about you. It's only fitting you should join us. I will
Interesting.
personally guarantee your safety as long as you come in peace.
And think of it as a ceasefire meeting. Your one shot at getting those answers you must desperately want. Let's just say they're very dedicated to stopping me from getting the artifacts. So if you don't trust me, well, they're your next best bet.
I know your encounters with our kind have not been pleasant, but we are here to talk, and you deserve answers.
Not a bad description, actually.
We'll explain when we meet. In person.
I mean, okay.
Good. See? We can all get along. For now.
Ship is now docked. Perfect.
Ooh. There's my ship. I got a bunch of...
Hello. Again. You remember the emissary, perhaps? And their ship, the Helix? I believe they ambushed you above Neon and demanded that artifact you worked so hard to gain.
Thank you for the stellar introduction. Your success is unprecedented. Before you came, we were just discussing how continued use of force against you is unwise. We are not a monolithic people. The Starborn are individuals. Some are united in cause. Others are in it for themselves.
We're all in it for ourselves. Some of us are just more honest. The emissary threatened your ship, demanded you hand over your artifact. How is that so different from what I did?
We needed to warn you off. Every encounter with one of our kind could spell disaster.
For whom, exactly? I say whoever can collect them should. And who gets to say that? You? Me? The emissary? I have debated morality for near infinity, and all I have found are groups of people enforcing their will on others.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
Rules and laws spoken as principles, but backed by arms and violence.
Enough. We have more to discuss. The Unity. You are on the path to it. It is a place, a gateway. It is where we were reborn.
You've really come a long way since the Welcome to Constellation speech, haven't you?
You know what? I need a... I hate how this happens with Bethesda. I'm gonna see if there's a...
Hello. Do you remember the emissary?
Thank you for the stellar... Your success is unprecedented.
I don't think your patient counselor acted.
We are not a monolithic people. The storm...
We're all in it for ourselves. The emissary...
We needed to warn...
For whom? And who gets to say that? I have debated rules.
Enough. The Unity. You are on the path to it.
You've really come a long way since the Welcome to Constellation speech, haven't you? I'm not who you think I am. This universe is only the first one you've been to. I've seen hundreds. Where I came from, I was the one who stayed at the lodge to protect the artifacts. You died on board the Eye while we held off the Hunter.
One of me, at least.
I collected the remaining artifacts, and they opened the way to the center of my universe, and the doorway to an infinite number of others. That is the Unity. When I stepped into it, I became a Starborn. It's how I've entered other worlds, including yours. They are all connected. I have to. This is bigger than all of us. All the artifacts are needed to complete the armillary and open the way to the Unity. In every universe, the Starborn fight over them. Innocent people die. You've witnessed the power granted by the temples. The anarchy that can be unleashed. Someone has to decide who should get them.
Here it comes. The emissary tells you only the worthy should enter heaven.
You're twisting what I mean.
They're hypocrites. They use the chaos caused by the hunt for the artifacts to establish an order where they decide who's worthy. I attacked your lodge because I wanted the artifacts, and you held me off. You got away. That wasn't some morality play. You didn't survive because of righteousness. You won because of persistence, luck, and skill. As I have done countless times.
I was also human once. But what does it matter who or what I was when eternity is within your grasp? It means I've seen thousands of universes, collected their artifacts, been to their temples. You have a small taste of their power, but it keeps going. You're learning. My other self wants you to walk the path he walks, to give up, to appreciate the universe you have. Easy for a person who's seen everything, done everything. I think you should see it for yourself.
You've never come this far. Not in all the universes I've seen. The path to the Unity is opening to you.
You're going to tip the scales one way or another. Better your hand be on one of our sides. Bingo.
I want a truce between all three of us. Give you some time to think over which approach to the Unity is the one you want. Mine, or the Hunters.
Yes. Let's see how willing you are to live under someone else's rules. Just remember, one of us isn't trying to judge you.
I thought I was gonna have a couple more missions before this. I guess not.
I'll tell you everything I can. I know we are not the same people we met in our universes. Still, it is good to see you again, old friend. When all the artifacts are assembled, the device they create is called the armillary. In many ways, it's a model of the multiverse itself. Through it, you can reach the Unity. And from there, you can become Starborn. You've seen the terror the Hunter causes. Every time a Starborn goes through the Unity, they get more artifacts, find more temples, gain more power. We can't let more like him abuse these gifts to destroy whatever's in their way. Different. I never know who you are when I meet a new version, but so much of you stays the same. It's hard. But each universe is precious in its own way. Mine will never have its original you in it again, as yours won't have its real me. It's not an easy experience to describe, but the Unity will speak to you, offer you the chance to become Starborn. You will be leaving this universe behind to be reborn. Everything you were before will be gone. Maybe that's why it offers the choice. Compassion? Or is it testing us?
The Unity is meant for whomever can get there. Don't fall for that talk of worthiness.
What kind of gun do you have? Okay, it's that laser gun.
The emissary and their kind only want to control you. They enter the Unity, take artifacts from others, employ force. All the things I do. I am many things, but I would never tell anyone what to do with their gifts. That is your decision, not someone else's. The emissary wants to become the judge of who gets to enter. But the Unity itself doesn't judge. To see what would happen, of course. You might not understand just how many times I've done this. Usually, you're the one who ends up dead, and whoever cries over your body goes on to become the emissary. Sometimes I manage to get you all bunched up and take care of the problem in one go. Sometimes the emissary has gotten to me first, and I never arrive. Hundreds and hundreds of variations of me, packing through Constellation. And it's almost never you. You making it to your ship on your own. It's new. I took it as a sign. I don't get many of those anymore. No, we always end up having this meeting at this time. But it's the usual affair. Can we make peace? No. Oh, how tragic. Honestly, I was beginning to wonder why I kept tending. And it's a bad habit I started a long time ago. Perhaps I just like meeting the emissary to gloat. But you have provided something quite new to talk about. Maybe you're a random die roll. Or maybe the Unity is finally responding to all my hard work. I've simply found that it's the quickest way. Talking, forming alliances, waiting for the right moment to commit theft. It's all so tiresome. I'll admit, you getting away has been the most interesting thing to happen in quite some time. As soon as I realized what had happened, I knew I needed to wait until this meeting with the emissary to decide what to do about you.
So, like, how many of the Starborn are there? Because I've killed, like, a dozen of you guys, if not more. Yeah, because there were the... What, like 6 or 7, I want to say? Well, not from the powers. 8. Because I have 2 more, and you get 10 everything. So there's 2 more, supposedly 2 more here. Which I need to get. And then probably another 5 or 6, if not more, outside of that. So I'm just like, what happens when they die? Do they not actually die? Or what?
Whoever created the artifacts and built those temples is playing a game with us. One whose prize is access to the center of all creation. There are no rules. Whoever gets all the pieces wins. And I've won. Over and over. I don't kill for the Unity. I find the easiest pathway to it.
So what I'm sort of understanding right now is you get all the artifacts, you can go to the Unity, and you can essentially decide to move on to a new universe. But does that move everybody over? Does only the person who goes through the Unity moves over? And then there are alternate versions of all the other Starborn there as well? I don't...
Before you leave, I want to give you something. A way to another artifact, but also a lesson in how dangerous they can be. Seek the moon of old Earth. There are secrets there you must discover for yourself. Here, to open the way. Yes, I do not always know if you are a person I should be helping. I have also found that advice is a poor substitute for experience. I ask you again. You should also talk to your colleagues in Constellation. I am sure they have gathered more information on the remaining artifacts in the fringes of space. Part of me wonders what they will all say about what you have learned.
Got some hallucinogen?
Locks, air pressure, drive, all good to go, Captain.
All right, so we're gonna go to. Oop. I'm gonna go to Sol. This is Earth, right? Well, that's Mars. This is Earth. Oh, I forgot to dump the lead. Did I?
Let's see what's on this ball.
Oh, Vasco sitting on my hood.
Greetings, Captain.
I really care about that? That's 390 meters. I mean, not particularly. He doesn't look like anything all that great. Well, this is a pretty big base. I don't really care about that.
It would seem that the occupants left in a hurry. Hopefully for no reason we need to be concerned.
To remind the research team that Voltaire's highly proprietary supercomputer that is currently being Exclusive for the use in Project Prism. It is not meant for your own personal projects. Yes, it's amusing to see just how many decimal points of pi it can calculate to. It can calculate how many bits of encryption it can brute force, or whether it can simulate table tennis with a perfect aerodynamic simulation, but there will be time for that later. For now, we need everyone concentrating on hitting our deadline. We're developing exciting new aerospace technology with our partner and client. That should be more than enough to keep everyone from being bored. We're happy to announce that the first test launch of Project Prism will be held today. We'd like everyone to suit up and join. A reminder to please sync all watches to Eastern Daylight Time. Our partner will also be on radio for the launch. On your best behavior.
Without?
It's kind of weird that there's a shower with windows. It's a little strange.
Nova Galactic Project Log, Principal Engineer Lang Shu. Voltaire is being reconfigured for this new initiative. The math we're being asked to crunch is ambitious, even for a supercomputer. We might as well be asking it to count every grain of sand in every desert on Earth. Who came up with these original equations? Our partner isn't being very open about it. Every question I have goes through some discretionary channel. I'm surprised we even know we're working on a ship.
Oh, that slate.
When I accepted the assignment up here, we were told to bring a couple of personal items. Some psychological studies said it helped when you're away from Earth this long. I brought my grandmother's old abacus. I would play with it on her lap, and she'd teach me the Russian for all the numbers. She, just got word that she passed. The next shuttle isn't for 3 months, so I won't be able to go to the funeral. Goodbye, babushka. Thank you for teaching me math. It brought me to the moon.
It's really sad.
Nova Galactic Project Log, Principal Engineer Lang Shu. I admit, this is not the most disciplined team I've ever run. Malcolm keeps stealing computational time on Voltaire and thinks I don't know this. And Sabina's been distracted lately, but won't tell anyone why. I really should demand answers from both of them. But honestly, I'm too preoccupied with this contract. We all are. Despite anything going on in our personal lives, there's something special about what we're building here.
Voltaire really is something else. A supercomputer so powerful, they put it on the damn moon to keep it cool. Although by that logic, they should be running it purely in the vacuum of space. But hey, good marketing material. I've been spending some off hours running some dumb simulations, just because I can. My favorite so far is simulating the sound of every duck on Earth quacking after receiving a piece of bread. You didn't know you wanted a real-time sim of feeding all the ducks, but now you have it. You're welcome, humanity.
Collect all the slates? Am I missing something? Or are they some of them outside? Because I think I got all of them in here. What is this? Oh, is this a generator? Is this like the big boy? Yeah. This is the big boy. I got just a little boy.
Engine spin-up time almost complete. Total time 5 minutes 22 seconds.
Some of the earliest space
Right on
flights
schedule.
were likely coordinated from here.
valves holding, Nova? We double-checked the leakage
to be standing
concerns
on
this
such a
morning before the
unique bit
launch.
of history.
All signs green.
Any changes to the calculation sequence from Voltaire?
No changes since we uploaded the last figures yesterday. It's a clean shot from here to Jupiter.
One day the computer will be on board the spaceship. Just imagine that.
One miracle of science at a time, Canaveral. Counting down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Canaveral, are you reading?
All clear, Nova. Indicators look good. The ship should be cruising Jupiter's orbit right now. Visual confirmation will be possible in 32 minutes. Afraid the speed of light is on the slow side these days.
How does it feel to break the laws of physics, Canaveral?
We're all pretty excited down here in NASA, I won't lie.
Excited enough to tell me where you got the original data?
Not in a million years, Nova.
So it looks like I'm not having network issues tonight. I only got 0.1% of frames dropped. Is this Earth? This must be Earth. Yeah, it's weird. It's like, for some strange reason, this... The gravity's all messed up. Because on Aquila, the gravity is 1.5. So it should be 50% stronger than Earth. But I can go fucking far with my jetpack. I can go, like, climb buildings and shit. Super easy. Whereas it feels like here, it's just kind of, like, sluggish and gross.
Perhaps an elevator will allow us to access what lies beneath all this dust.
Where am I going? I have to go up there. That's where I'm going. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Where am I? Where did I want to see? Oh, it's just a document tray. Really? There's no interesting books or anything like that?
Work would not have been done if the ship had not meant to launch. A shame.
Oh, I'm encumbered? All right.
Whoever once used this room probably never could have imagined all that has happened since it was built.
Now, do you have your light on too? Oh, you do. That's cool. You turn it off? Nope, you just have it on yourself. Okay. Oh, okay. Access logs, running system recovery.
Station log. Dr. Judith Tatien. The recent delivery from Mars is unsettling. I was expecting rock samples or maybe fossils of microbial life. Instead, Dr. Victor Isa comes with 2 members of the military. Everything they brought back is under wraps. What could a theoretical physicist need with a sample from Mars? Station log. Dr. Judith Tatien. I've been trying to cozy up to Dr. Isa, Victor, to see what is going on. His team has completely commandeered one of the labs with those 2 military handrails, checking who comes in and out. I joked that maybe he found a little gray man and was doing an autopsy, and he grew very pale. 2 days later, he sends me a request asking for more information on my background in materials science, metallurgical engineering. Oh, we have a meeting tomorrow. I think I'm being invited into the lab. Station log. Dr. Judith Tatien. I have never been so nervous since I defended my dissertation. 4 hours talking to Victor and his team about theoretical metals, atomic bonding, even a half-hour divergence into magnetism that I'm pretty sure was just to throw me off the trail of what we were actually talking about. Then, I got to see the lab. I don't know how much I should say, but the periodic table just got thrown out the window.
Remember the final vitals, the suit seal checks are essential. Yes, we've come a long way. So, yes, the number of people cleared for launch is much higher than it used to be, but these people's lives are still in our hands. I know there's rumors that the next launch is slated to be canceled, but let's not have Papienos assume it's go time every time. Your professionalism is what makes space travel a little bit safer. All right. Let's see what's... We're gonna go, was it Z? Actually, I don't care about you. Nope.
It would seem there is more here to explore. Shall we? I am grateful for our time together. Did you need me to?
Yes, I need you to carry some heavy crap for me.
I'm sorry to see you go.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Wish you could break through those things. I don't care about distilled water. Oh, that's actually not what I wanted. Oh, I actually need those, I think.
NASA was very proud of all that it accomplished. I suppose they had a right to be.
I don't know. It kind of sounds like they created the grav drive. That's kind of what I got from it. Scientists first predicted the destruction of our beloved Earth. Atmospheric phenomenon would cause breathable air to sputter outside of Earth's gravity, dooming all the life that remained. An estimated 50 years until the end was given. NASA and other space agencies around the world the opportunity to migrate humanity away from certain death into the stars. Thanks in part to the development of the grav drive, humanity will live on. Okay, so we're now just sort of starting to get into, like, what happened. Because something happened. I know that. Apollo missions. Okay. Interesting. Actually, I don't think I need this anymore. That's funny. And for high-altitude aircraft, the Mercury spacesuit would undergo several modifications to deal with pressure, oxygen, and thermal considerations. Even the cabin of the Mercury spacecraft itself protected against the rigors of space travel. Redundancy has always been key. In the event that the cabin were to depressurize and expose astronauts to the vacuum of space, their Mercury spacesuits would be able to offer critical extra layer of defense. That's actually pretty fashionable. Designed to fit a single person who would be sent to test a person's ability to function in space. 6 flights in total were launched. Subordinable flight and last being 34 hours and 22 complete orbits.
I also wish to be prepared for any situation, but there are practical limits, no?
Nope, not at all. Scientists first predicted the destruction of the beloved Earth. Okay, so that's... Oh, there's stuff down here. Digipick. It's funny how they tease you with that stuff. You can't break the glass. Looks for opportunity. Look for the opportunity rover on Mars in 2003 and allowed the remote exploration study Mars. Two twin rovers were made, nicknamed Spirit and Opportunity. 2010, the Opportunity rover continued operational until 2018, exceeding just 20 years, about 14 years. Eagle was the first crewed spacecraft to touch down on Earth's moon. Eagle's counterpart was the command module Columbia, which the module needed to both separate from and eventually reattach to. Columbia would take astronauts to and from the orbit of moon, while Eagle would bring them to and from the surface. The Nova Galactic, the creators of the Voltaire supercomputer, on ambitious aerospace project to pull gravity itself. The result is the first spacecraft capable of fast and light travel. The first successful voyage saw astronauts reach Jupiter in moments, what could have previously taken years. Okay, so that's just the same thing. Long-term missions in space began in late 1990s with a program such as the Space Station Video moving on. 100 years later, small outpost of 5 or fewer scientists. Can't wait to take. Can I actually go in here? Oh, can you not actually? Anything over here? No.
There's something wrong with the math? I think it's quite straightforward.
That's not what I'm asking. We've had no success extracting even a sample of material from the object. No explanation for the gravitational effects, no motion graph to explain its harmonic frequencies. I can't even establish a melting point.
Judith.
But you've had me building these prototype colliders for months. And now you want me to pump helium-3 into it based on this equation you've written on a goddamn napkin?
I just need you to trust me.
I have been trusting you. We keep slamming our heads against a brick wall, getting nothing. And you keep coming up with something new to try. Like, you know what's going to happen. Where are you getting your information, Victor?
I'm sorry, Judith. Look, not here, okay? Somewhere off base. I'll tell you everything. But I'm not lying, okay? We're going to discover something important here. I promise.
That was the guy who brought grav drives. Oh, is Sarah just stuck somewhere? Is that what that is? Did she somehow spawn outside of the... I think that's what it is.
facility covered quite a range of disciplines, but time has not been kind to it.
Nope, it has not.
Not everything in the galaxy needs to come with us, you know.
Hey, I gotta hoard now, because I'm gonna lose it all soon. You gotta let me do what I need to do, girl. That's a desk fan. It's over here. No, was this just... Yeah, I'm not messing around with that game anymore. I don't really care about any of this crap. Yeah, they need to fix that loot thing. Oh, did I have to go that way? Okay. Wasn't there something? I swear there was something down over here. Right? Oh no, it was just blocked off. Okay. I don't really need any. I think I need sealant though. Yep, I definitely need to put another one of those batteries somewhere. Yep, right here, because they have a whole bunch of them. Seems like they abandoned this place pretty quickly. I think I need adhesive. Is what I need.
My sensors have detected possible enemy activity. I will investigate. Taking damage. All
You cannot beat me.
You think Vasco would see his likeness in this model? Best not to leave anything useful behind.
Oh, you're talking about this guy. Okay. Anything of interest? There's some loot stuff. Just some more sealant. Oh. I think I probably had to go over there anyway. Anything else? Nope. This is a pretty big place. Keep wondering, like, when is it gonna end? Alright, so there's nothing over here. Yes, even the generals, I don't care how angry they get. These are direct orders from the secretary. Absolutely no phones or recording devices. Books are being checked on exit from the labs. Anyway, the confidential info.
Project log. Dr. Victor Isa. We turned on the prototype today. The gravitational field around it began to fold as we long suspected. Complete reversal of gravitational pull was observed on dozens of loose objects around the lab. I'm setting up a meeting with the directors to propose a larger test. The prototype proves we don't need the original anymore, but further work is going to have to take place in space. Somewhere with abundant helium-3 and with a civilian partner. Someone with access to large-scale manufacturing resources and computational equipment. Engineering gravitational folds pulling the far side of the solar system closer to us, it's all going to be possible.
Project log. Dr. Judith Tatian. I watched the gravjet tests from the moon today. It was the first time we were able to talk to the team at Nova Galactic directly. So many things were under wraps before, but now everyone wants all the publicity they can get. I'm already seeing proposals for manufacturing androids of drives, expeditions to Alpha Centauri and beyond. It's also overwhelming and worrying. It could take years, decades, before we know what all these side effects of operating a grav drive can be. But no one wants to hear that right now. Like a bunch of pioneers racing towards the edges of the frontier without knowing about the grizzly bears in the mountains.
I was going to say the whole nuclear revolution. Basically, we discovered a way to make clean power and also some pretty devastating weapons. And we didn't fully understand exactly what radiation did.
We must be nearing the artifact. We should not give up now.
Whoa! Curious, sir. Alright, I'm gonna go back here. That is weird. Oh, wow, there's a whole bunch of... Yeah, so we're gonna keep... Use a careful when running power through the prototype. Secure all loose objects and have researchers empty pockets and remove jewelry. Watch. A reminder that the core of the drive contains a specimen that is irreplaceable and all data is under the strictest clearance. Exercise all caution with all research materials and ensure information does not leave this lab. So basically they're using the artifact to power their grav drives, and they were basically able to recreate the artifact, at least in some part, to reproduce the ability to grav jump.
I never actually got to visit your labs back when we were working on the grav drive projects.
Seems like ancient history now. Only thing we're doing these days is launching weather satellites.
Guess this is as good a retirement as any. Now, Project Demeter, you want our help manufacturing scanners to better track these new meteorological patterns we're seeing.
Our guess is that the poles might be naturally shifting, causing some gravitational fluctuations that are throwing off our old models.
Why do you need the scanning tolerances to be so small? What are you trying to find?
I just want to be sure. It's not like we're doing much these days anyway. The glory days are over. Why not give ourselves a challenge before they write us off in the history books?
Yeah, okay, so basically they're trying to figure out how to track down artifacts. So that's what that is. Really? That's not going to be read? Okay. As requested, the astrophysics research team has done a full analysis of the data you provided us. The measurements of the Earth's magnetosphere shows clear signs of fluctuation, often in correlation to periods of frequent and large gravity wave spikes emanating from the moon. These gravity waves seem to be affecting the magnetic shield provided by the Earth's inner core and may be affecting the core itself, given the proximity to the source. The data indicates the change rate is increasing exponentially. Okay, so this is actually what happened. As our magnetosphere falters, its ability to protect us from the sun's solar wind falters. Beyond the devastating effects of solar radiation, this will lead to something more dire: the sputtering or stripping away of our atmosphere. This has happened before to Mars, a planet studied since the earliest days of space to see into Earth's possible future. We are afraid this future may be closer than we ever thought imaginable. Some may view this data as abnormal. There have been historical fluctuations in polarity changes of Earth's core, but this is orders of magnitude greater. We see echoes of previous generations' debates over global warming, and we want the science here to be clear. Like waves in the ocean, these gravity waves arise and eventually crash into shore, the Earth, with devastating consequences. So basically, their research into this grav drive technology caused essentially the magnetic field around the Earth, so the thing that gives you magnetic north, which also protects us against, you know, most of the radiation from the sun. It's the magnetic, basically creates a bubble over the Earth, and that allows, you know, our breathable atmosphere to stay here. So basically that, which is weird. I'm not sure how gravity would affect magneticism. Because I don't think gravity's not part of God. I don't know. I'm no scientist. I only know a little bit about this stuff, but that seems kind of strange. Maybe, like, I could see, maybe, because I think the magnetism of Earth is caused by the molten core. I think if that were to cool down and solidify, that would essentially cause us to lose the magnetosphere, which would then cause this. So maybe that's how it works, but I don't know. A little too above my comprehension of astrophysics.
I know what I'm seeing, Victor. The data coming back from the satellites is very clear. It's the grav drives.
All those jumps from the moon. At this rate, Earth's atmosphere is going to start sputtering out into space.
Can the drives be fixed?
I'm working on some designs that should discreetly solve the problem, under the guise of an emergency update to the fueling pumps.
We're talking about the end of Earth, and you're trying to be subtle about it.
Judith, the last thing we need is people losing faith in grav drive technology. That might be our only option.
To what? Are you seriously saying we should abandon Earth?
The timeline is under 50 years. A blink of an eye for a planet, but more than enough time for a human exodus.
And what do we tell people?
We say it's an act of God, one that science has found a solution for. Time for humanity to take its place in the stars.
You knew, didn't you? You lied to me.
Okay.
All this time, I dedicated my life to this discovery, Victor. And you knew we were going to kill off our planet?
You haven't seen the future I've seen. There's an infinite expanse of promise out there. A meteor could hit Earth, a plague, another world war. Colonizing other galaxies secures humanity's future for all coming generations, across all time.
At the expense of our home.
Stop it, both of you. All that matters is building enough ships to get everyone off this planet. And we need to start now.
I'll draft up a statement. We'll need to address the entire international community. I'm sorry, Judith.
There isn't a planet in this universe that will be far enough away from you, Victor. We are never speaking again after this is over. I know what I'm seeing, Victor. The data...
My name is Dr. Victor Isa. And if you're listening to this, then you probably already know the truth.
I was young when I first headed the retrieval team of an odd gravitational anomaly on Mars. But I kept what really happened that day hidden from everyone except one other person. Even she didn't believe me at first. But I have no reason to lie to anyone now, so I hope you'll accept this confession, whoever you are. When I touched the anomaly, I experienced 12 days of lost time. I met myself. He told me everything that has since come true. The grav drive equations, the tests on the moon, Earth's atmosphere sputtering away because of what we had done. But he also told me about a city thriving on a planet orbiting a distant star. Human culture, art, music, lifestyles evolving and shining brightly across all of space. What price would I be willing to pay for that future? Maybe you don't believe me. Maybe Judith was right and I'm just a coward who wants to believe his mistakes were justified. But everyone has forgotten about the real origins of the grav drive, this artifact from Mars. I hope you make better use of it than I did.
It's kind of strange that he hasn't, like, decomposed or anything. How did you spawn in here? Oh, and grab... Okay. I don't care about that crap, really. Stuff's still floating. Oh. That fixed that. That's funny. Looks like some things... Oh. Because this place hasn't had gravity in a while. It's probably freaking out. How do I... Oh, do I now have to go... I mean, I could just do this.
Constellation, we've arrived on the surface of Earth. We need to discuss what you found.
And it looks like other Starborn got here before us. So, you might have company.
Your abilities are truly amazing.
The test continues.
Why'd you die here? That's weird. Can't use that door? are you? Ah, fuck, I'm stuck on shit. Whoa!
I will have your head! Yes, try it!
I don't know if that's just not going where I need it to go.
Did you hear?
Oh, power required? Anything of interest?
You might wish to lighten your load. One is less likely to survive an ambush when one is weighed down with whatever all that is. It's not the best you can do.
you understand now why I asked you to come here? The artifacts unlocked the secret of interstellar travel, at the cost of Earth.
An easy trade, honestly. Why have one world when you can have all the settled systems?
To be fair, we gained much more than just grav drives. Some more than others.
Assuming we weren't going to lose it anyway. War, disease...
You know what? I thought the whole, like, innocent people dying, she would, like, but apparently she takes her serpent god over.
Do you understand now?
An easy trade.
I am glad you see it that way. I also believe that is true.
Don't you see? The power of the artifact forced humanity to the stars. They didn't get to make a choice. How many would have chosen Earth? What gave Victor Isa the right to choose for them?
You see the hypocrisy in what the emissary is saying, right? They don't want to rob people of their free will, but then they steal the artifacts for themselves.
In the wrong hands, the power of the artifacts can make anyone a tyrant. That's why we watch over them. The only thing you're watching out for is yourself.
Neither seems to be worth trusting. You know your own heart, your own motives. Perhaps that is enough.
Don't be a fool. The emissary and I may have our differences, but you do not want to give us a common enemy.
For once, he's right. Don't do this. We can collect the final pieces together.
That, I think, is all you can do. Do not allow these Starborn to dictate your fate.
Well, look at that. The emissary just became my new best friend.
You've made your choice. When you're ready, the Hunter and I will be at the buried temple. That's where we'll settle things.
Meaning, we'll kill you. But hey... The final round doesn't start until there's only one artifact left to gather. And if I'm not mistaken, Constellation has one or two to go.
Okay. Where's my ship? Oh, it's all the way over there. Hey, Vasco. Is it resources? Where all this stuff is? Okay, that's where it is. Why do I have so many resources? That's doing 90? So they do go up. 92, yeah, that went up. Find Beowulf. Got you. 182. Oh, hey Sam. It's a weird spot for you to be in. So let's head back to... We're gonna do L. Let's just run back here real quick. I'll talk to everybody, and then I think I'm gonna end it for tonight. Because it is about 11:30.
Will we be stopping for food? I would not mind trying something, and there are plenty of options. I do not spend as much time here as some of the others, but I appreciate that I was still given my own room.
I find it a shame that I can't sleep in her bed. Like, I should be able to.
Mateo told us about your pilgrim's voyage.
You found it, didn't you? The meaning of unity. Wait, say that again? Multiple universes?
You can't possibly mean what I think you mean.
Hate to be the responsible one, but the big bombshell of what we're actually building here might need another second to sink in. Want to go over this whole multiple universe thing for everyone?
Yes, I wouldn't mind a little more detail.
So, she told me the Unity creates the Starborn, and they can cross you apparently. Another universe, I died and Sarah lived. She's the emissary now. Starborn, trust me, there are multiple universes. Unity is now. That's how we get to them. It makes you Starborn. She told me the Unity creates Starborns, and they can cross universes.
Explains why the Starborn want the artifact so bad. Get them all, and you've got a gateway to infinity.
I don't even want to think about the physiological changes you'd need to travel between universes. Plus what it would do to the mind? Enlightenment? Or oblivion? Like the Hunter.
You have the opportunity to reach the closest thing to your god that might exist. And you're second-guessing it?
One doesn't approach the afterlife without some trepidation. You're right. We have to see the Unity for ourselves.
You know it. Now, once everyone's head stops spinning from all of this, we can get back to work.
Not to make a sharp turn in a grand tale, but I got the eye fixed up. Bruised, but still blinking. Let me know when you're ready to follow up on what it's seen.
Dusty.
Can we talk?
Dusty. Let's talk. Hey, Captain. Need help with anything? Neon. You'd think it would be peaceful with all those calm waters and beautiful sunsets. But I can't think of any town that's more stressful. Reusion. Infinity Ltd. And there you were, navigating corporate bureaucracy like a professional. I hear you. Look, I know Neon is going to be Neon, no matter what any of us do about it. But you just let them keep working on that neural amp tech? Really? Oh, don't you dare. Science is a method, a tool for understanding why things are the way they are. What they are doing is driven by corruption, greed, and cruelty, not knowledge. Science doesn't exist to control people. That's like saying cooking exists to poison people. That's asinine. But if the bottom line is money, then this isn't going to benefit them. It'll be used to dominate them. Sure, there are benefits. The medical potential alone is mind-boggling. But if they are the hands holding this technology, do you really think anybody will ever benefit? Just the ones who can pay. And it won't be cheap. I understand wanting to hope for the best, but you can't. Anyway, not that I care a ton about the internal politics of some ethically dubious megacorp, but... So, Masako, huh? I mean, between her and Ularu Chen, I get it, but you don't trust her, do you? Well, I trust you, and I'm glad that... Anyway, you didn't happen to pick up any Just kidding. Hey, Captain. Can I talk with you for a bit? Space is so hostile to humanity already, and you made it just a little bit safer for everyone. The Terramorphs don't stand a chance. This is going to make a real difference. This is one for the Constellation history. Oh, really? I haven't noticed anything. Just kidding, just kidding. You're amazing. Like chocolate-covered prasada berries on an all-you-can-eat spicy chunks buffet. Sorry. Anyway, I can't believe you got them to agree to the microbes. Bravo, Cap. Me too. Now that the Lazarus plant is destroyed, people can shift their focus from survival to thriving. Balancing risk versus reward is tricky, even more so when so much hangs in the balance. Same thing. The science is compelling, the expert was confident. Making the subtle systems... Never mind. Sorry. Okay. Right.
The Freestar Rangers. You did their dirty work and then some. So how'd you feel wearing the badge?
Yeah.
Well, good on you. It takes a certain type of person to thrive there. Me, I never cared much for being a ranger. Too many of them try to force the world to be only black and white when it's anything but. Take Ron Hope. I mean, the guy's a legend. Before him, Polvo was a desperate, depressing place. Everything he did was to keep his people employed, to keep Hope Tech standing in a backstabbing world of megacorp politics. I really hope you're wrong. But you probably aren't. Tough call on what to do with Ron Hope. Taking his hush money wouldn't have set right with me. But I wonder what's gonna happen to Hopetown without him. I think Paxton Hall went out of control. But no doubt Ron Hope bears some responsibility. As much fun as it is being a ranger, I hope you can start focusing on Constellation business. There's plenty of mysteries left in the good old Milky Way to discover. I could really bend your ear when you got a moment. Of all the places in the galaxy, only Neon can make me feel so damn... oily. And you dealt with its absolute worst. Ryujin, Infinity LTD, all of it. You doing alright? That was a lot.
Yeah.
Well, it just makes you... how come no matter how advanced society gets, we still just can't help coming up with new horrors to inflict on ourselves? Mechs, xeno-warfare, and now this neuroamp tech. Swear it's the worst yet. And you just let them keep working on it. Well, that's a cheery thought. It's true, but with a piece of work like Ryujin, I know there isn't a good person to put in charge. I mean, I guess Masako's better than Ularu Chen, but you just know if violence or being just plain evil was the path of least resistance, then Masako would pick it same as Ularu. I know, it's unfair. It just makes me want to punch a wall. Well, the whole damned affair... The whole Terramorph situation, seriously, hats off to you. When I was growing up, everyone was afraid of Terramorphs. How they could seemingly strike anywhere at any time. The carnage, the destruction. The stuff you've done here could save so many lives. Given time, that'll be past tense. Because of you. I know using the microbes to kill the Terramorphs may be controversial, but for what it's worth, I think you made the right call. 100%. We just can't take any chances with those damn Terramorphs. Imagine, a generation from now, Terramorphs will just be a legend. In time, a fairy tale. The United Colonies. Hell, everyone and everywhere owes you big time. Even if they don't know it.
Is that it with you?
I hope Cora doesn't get too much underfoot. Guess we're done.
All right. Let me talk to these guys real quick.
Ask if you've got questions. Feel free to help yourself at the bar. I don't drink, but I feel like if I did, I thought I had a grip on the situation. The Sanctum Universum believes that God wanted us to travel the stars. That's gotten us here. Is this... Could this be the next step in that journey? Is this what we were meant to learn out here? Could the Unity... Could that be God? Or a way to reach him? Oh yeah? That would be something, no question. The one thing I'm sure of is that we have to see this through. Take care of yourself.
Two down here. Let's go upstairs.
I'd like to talk. Lately, I find myself spending more and more time here. Business has appealed to me, but this is exciting. Oh, right. I was afraid you were going to bring that up again. Very well. Let's see if I embarrass myself or not. My colleagues, I venture out into the darkness of space once again. Nonsense. If this... That. There I... And that... Counter to everything I've said and believed before. I've caught myself wondering if we ever should have started this search. If this is all true, and I have it right, we've potentially started a chain of events that will create more of these Starborn. Or worse, enable the ones we've seen to become even stronger. So maybe now we have no choice but to finish this journey. I know. I've said as much before. Look, I don't like the idea of siding with either one of these groups. I'd much rather see someone from Constellation get there first. I trust any of us far more than these Starborn.
Which is weird. They're supposed to be attacking my ship. And they almost never do. I remember before there were some weird times where you could tell that they were going to show up because you couldn't fast travel. You had to, like, fly off the planet and then they'd pop in. It was kind of annoying. So I wonder if maybe a patch fixed that? And now I've just been skipping it, but it's just been weird.
I want you to know I was very impressed with your work back on Neon. I'm beginning to wonder if there's anything you can't handle. I'd like to test that theory. My Star Yard's been having a little trouble getting our next project off the ground. I need someone capable and decisive to step in and steer it in the right direction. Interested? Of course, now that I know you're interested. It's a new ship. We want to diversify our fleet. Now, I don't know why the people I pay very handsomely to come up with new designs can't seem to get out of the R&D phase. And frankly, I don't care. I just want someone, you, to go there and show them. I did not. Part of the problem is that my designers seem to be having trouble agreeing on a I should mention that you're not there to make design decisions. You're there to get the project back on track and help guide them. So, R&D needs to happen first whenever work starts on a new project. It's a natural stalling point since we need to make so many big decisions. In this case, we're talking about looking at our existing fleet of ships and using data we've gathered to see what consumers want. But of course, each member of the R&D team can interpret that data to suit their own confirmation bias. I'm guessing that's what we're seeing here. Excellent. I'll send word ahead to the project lead. They'll all be instructed to listen to you and follow you. I expect big things from you, so I'm excited.
Okay, isn't there... There's that girl. This is Andreja's. It's weird. Why are these inaccessible? Can I unlock them? Okay, that's weird. Why are these inaccessible? Okay, that's weird. Alright, where is she? This has got to be Sam's room. Yep. There you are.
We've always considered ourselves explorers, but this... I know everyone's excited by the artifacts, but we need to be as objective as possible and be aware of possible negative effects. It's silly, but I can't stop thinking about the idea that there are more of me out there. Even just one more Noelle is crazy to consider, but dozens, hundreds, an infinite number of them? How different might we all be? Am I not even remotely the unique individual I thought I was? My head is spinning just considering it. You are welcome to do so. I have enough on my plate managing my own thoughts and feelings. You mean what could be the biggest discovery in the history of humanity? Yeah, I've got some thoughts. Scans are still inconclusive, but I think we've seen enough to know that we're dealing with something potentially even more unusual than the artifacts. There are so many questions beyond just who are they? How did they find you? How do they know about the artifacts? Why has no one ever seen them before?
Yeah, it's never a dull moment.
No, I guess not. But this takes things in a whole different direction. They threatened you. It was one thing when this was just about us investigating the artifacts. A weird phenomenon that didn't come with creepy threats or questions about aliens or whatever it is that's going on now. I know we'll figure it all out in the end. It's just kind of a lot right now.
Oh, I probably didn't need to put the stupid choke on the shotgun if I was going to switch it to a slug. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, Constellation's been around forever, more than 50 years now. But we only became aware of the artifacts recently. Barrett discovered the first one about 2 years ago, right under our noses. And he was the one who got this all in motion. Stay safe, okay?
She was concerned. Makes sense that this would be her room. It's the sciencey room. Curious, whose room would this be? Is this the religious guy, maybe? It's funny, I don't think there's a shower in this building. This seems like this would be Sarah's room. It seems like it's the biggest one. Yeah, it is. That's a very interesting looking plant.
I'm expecting big things from you with this ship project. Don't let me down.
All right, guys. So, we got a pretty important main quest mission taken care of. I was a little worried it was gonna, like, immediately bring me to the end, but then I remembered we gotta get 2 more artifacts. I think technically maybe 3 more? Because I got the one on Mars, or the moon. No. It was Earth. So they brought it back to Earth? That's weird. Maybe they're trying to duplicate it on the moon? I think that might have been what was happening, yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I went to the moon, and then I went to NASA's landing on Earth. And that's where the artifact was. So yeah, I got that one, so I should be able to go to get another power here. I think there's another one, and then the final one? I think that's how that works. But yeah, we'll have to see. But I'm getting pretty close. I need to make a decision rather soon. I mean, I could always move forward, and then if I want to mess around with this one again, I could just come back to a previous save and mess around with this. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think I need to make a decision soon whether I want to spend some more time in this universe or move on to the next one. I think I've made my decision that I'm going to leave the Crimson Fleet for my next one. I'm thinking my next one, my next playthrough, I'm going to go like the bad route. Whereas this one I've been kind of a goody two-shoes. But not really, because I've been stealing shit. But I haven't really committed any crimes. Let me actually see what my stats are. I mean, I've murdered a couple people. Which I'm kind of confused about, because... $69. So I've stolen 1,200 items. I've murdered 16 people. But I've only ever had a 500 bounty, so I haven't really dealt with bounties. I can't remember what that was for. I'm curious, who are the murders? Because I would assume if I murdered anybody, my companions would get pissed off. And I've made sure I've reloaded every time that's happened, so I don't know what's going on with that. Inorganic resources gathered. Oh, does mining it not count? That is super low. Organic resources gathered. Was that just like water? No, water's inorganic. Organic is anything carbon based. So that's gonna be like plant, animal, and that kind of stuff. Well, I've killed 529 people. Robots killed, turrets killed. Critical strike, sneaks attacks, boost packs exploded. Powers used, scoped kills. Oh, because it's max damage shot, melee 1, ballistic kills, headshots, explosive kills, starborn kills. So okay, so I've killed 23 starborns. Ships destroyed. Favorite weapon, Beowulf. Personal atmosphere. That makes sense. Mission 105. $91. Yeah, that would make it 105. Largest crew, ships customized, ship builder credits spent, almost 1 million, ships sold, ships painted, modules built, exploration systems visited, and it's landed on for fully scanned. Wow, only 67 days have passed? No, not bad. So yeah, I don't know how I've murdered 16 people. But I haven't pissed off my companions. And I haven't gotten any large bounties. So I don't know who I've murdered. But yeah. Oh. Before it is, I got 2 skill points to spend, right? What was it? Critical hits. Oh, still haven't. I mean, well, but I don't care about that anyway. Do I want to do shotgun? I'm using shotguns, yeah. Why not? And then... Oh, I need to check out, I need to check out what I can add, because I can now do experimental modules. So I'll have to take a look at that, at some point. Maybe I'll do it in my next one, because the ship I got now is working fine for me. I don't like how it looks. It's a fat pancake. but it maneuvers really well. Like it's got pretty high mobility, does a shit ton of damage. That's really cool. Yeah, I mean, I do have some mods that makes it a little bit OP. So I have 2 reactors. So I don't have to worry about power. I can just max everything out. And then I had to remove the shield limit as well. But then I just bought a big expensive shield anyway, and it hasn't really been a problem. Pretty much everybody I come across in my ship is just immediately melted. These particle beam weapons that I got are just destroy everything. But yeah, that's going to be it for me for tonight, guys. So I will see you guys later.
Let's go. Yeah. I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's fact.